Welcome to MY SSP Online, your online home for the Integrated SSP Kit. Everything you need to teach each week lives here. Your user guide, screen displays, printable resources, screening tools, and catch-up resources. This short video walks you through your MY SSP Kit Online from top to bottom, so you know exactly where everything is and how to use it each week. The page is organized into 4 zones. Across the top are your essential supports. So that includes the user guide, screening, generic daily review, and this navigation video. On your left, you'll see the Year 2 programs organized by term, with an overview of each phonic concept covered in each of the term's teaching. And on the right-hand side, you'll see our catch-up programs for students who need targeted support at an earlier point in the sequence. And again, with an overview of each phonic concept covered in the term's teaching. Below you can access further training videos, and these are organised by term. So let's take a look at the top bar first. First one is the user guide. It explains the structure of the kit, the teaching sequence, and how the resources fit together. So this is information that you can find inside your physical books, but it now also lives online in MY SSP for easy reference. Next one is screening tools. And so this helps you to place students accurately. So you know which students follow the whole class program and which students need a catch-up program. This generic daily review here gives you a ready-made review structure that you can use any day of the week. And finally, this tile here is this training video. Whenever you need a walkthrough or refresher, you can click here. Let's take a closer look at your whole class teaching. So on the left side, you can see our Year 2 programs, and it follows the term in order. Each tile has the stage and the phonic concepts covered, so you're able to see what phonic concepts are covered in a glance. Hovering over the programs drop-down will display the additional buttons available. So your first option with the printer icon is your printable resources from the Year 2 manual. Clicking on this will open a link into the new tab. On the first page, you'll see an overview of the tasks completed on each day. The speech-to-print task and the dictation task are what you're likely going to want to print off before your whole class sessions. So for the speech-to-print task, I can see that I've got the week and then the pages down the side here. So let's say I'm in week 5. I'm going to go to week 5. You can see that page 49 is what will show me the speech to print task. So if I type in down the bottom 49, enter, you'll see that I can jump straight to that page there. Now if I want to print that out, I just go to the printer icon and I'm going to go into my pages. Remember that was page 49, and I'm going to print off as many copies as I need. So for example, let's say I need 15 copies there, and I'll be able to print that out. Now going back to home is easy. You just hit this little house icon, and you can see that I'm going to look at my dictation now. So dictation week 5, you can see it's pages 50 to 51. So again, I'm going to write in 50 here. Okay, and that's going to take me to, you'll see that there's a longer version and a shorter version of the dictation. So again, if I want to print that out, I'm going to go to my little printer icon. I'm going to change to a customized page. I'm going to go to page 50. I want to print out the longer version. And again, I'm going to need 15 copies for my students. So get ready to print those there. Now, of course, you could do this in one. I could put 49 to 50 here, and that would print out both of those. Now heading back to the other tab, let's explore the other 2 drop-downs available. So these are your screen displays. The first one being our version 1, which is our older displays, and version 2 being our new and improved versions. We'd recommend that you select version 2 here. So if I click on this, it's going to open in a new tab. This page here is our overview page, and you can see that we've got our phonic concepts down the side here. This will quickly link you to the part in your digital displays that works on that phonic concept. So for example, let's click on week 5 here. You can see how it's moved us forward into the first page of week 5 content. This has this week's phonic concepts and also a script to introduce the concepts, additional words to practice the concept, and a space to complete some review of spelling and a short sentence if you wish. So showing our next page, this is our day 1 initial teaching of the heart high frequency word with scripting on the side for you. Day 2 is our next slide, and that's teaching the heart high frequency word with reduced scaffolding. And finally, our next one is day 3, and that reviews the word with no scaffolding. The next slide here is an overview of this week's content in some more detail. So it has our phonic concept scripting again, along with the word list much larger and added vocabulary elements in spell the word that means this section here. So for example, I want you to spell the word that means to surprise someone and impress them with something you have done. Students reading through the list, yes, it would be a maze. So our next slide is what makes our screen displays such a time saver. It has last week's word list and learning from the last week's fortnight as well, ready for you to review. So this one is our review from last week's content, and this one is our fortnights ago. The last few pages cover our printable content, so it's ready for you to be able to provide that in-class modelling on your whiteboards or smart boards. Now in any classroom, we will have students working behind the teaching sequence. So that's where our catch-up programs sit. There are 6 programs, so we can see that we've got stage 2 content, stage 2A and 2B here, and we also have stage 1 content, so target 1, target 2, target 3, and target 4. Your screening results tell you which program your class needs, which you will have decided after putting your students' data into the PLD tracking sheets and grouping them accordingly. These resources are similar to your Year 2 programs in that you can hover over the programs and it will show you those additional buttons. Let's have a look at Stage 1 Target 4 Catch-Up program. So if we hover over that one, we can see, again, we have version 1 or version 2 digital displays. Let's click into version 2. So just like before, we'll click into the week that we want. So for example, let's go to week 5. This week's phonic concept is here with the scripting to introduce it. Just as before, we have our heart high frequency word teaching with that reduced scaffolding across the days. So day 2 and day 3 here. This week's learning is placed here with those word lists a little bit larger for you to decode them. And we also have some vocabulary aspect as before. Following this, we have last week's learning and the fortnight before learning, as well as those speech to print tasks and dictation tasks for the week. So how do we use these digital displays in the classroom when working across multiple groups concepts? So let's consider that I'm in term 2 and I've got a group working at stage 3 and I've got 2 catch-up groups. So I've got a group that's working in stage 2 and a group that's working in target 4. And so just like before, I've gone into the programs here and I've clicked on my screen displays for each of those. And so now I've got 3 tabs open. Being able to switch effortlessly between these is really going to help the flow of your lesson. So we recommend using a clicker that is set up to switch between your tabs. And so mine is a Logitech clicker, and what I've done is I've actually used a program called Logitech Options Plus software that's installed on my computer. I've set this clicker up so that I'll be able to click with a short press back and forward on my slides as usual, but if I am in my browser, I'll actually be able to long press on both of these to be able to go forward and backwards in my tabs as well. Okay, so let's have a look in action quickly. So I'm just long hold press on here, and you'll see I've switched tabs, and I can short press backwards and forwards as needed, but when I need to go to the next groups, I'm going to long press again on there, and again backwards and forwards as needed. Moving to the next group, easy long press there, and moving back to the first group, easy, I'm going to long press again. You can actually visit our Q&A section for detailed instructions on setting this up on your device for free. In summary, you have learned how to navigate your My SSP Kit online, how to print off the in-class materials, find and use the Year 2 manual, and how to use those new screen display materials. So for further coaching, take a look at our training videos listed below.
If you found this information useful, don't forget to click the subscribe button and check out our related videos shown here. If you have any questions or feedback, please add them to the comments below and we'll be sure to respond. Otherwise, you can reach us via live chat on our website, pld-literacy.org. Thanks again for viewing.